So we are back. It's been a long time on this channel. I can never find the center on this camera for some reason, but I'm back. I know it's been a while on this channel. Uh, I'm gonna make a second video. I'm actually gonna record a few videos today, but I think I'm gonna post two on the same day and sort of explaining a little bit. On this channel, I'll kind of explain it so I can go into more detail without feeling like weird on the other channels. But today, first of all, I wanted to talk about this whole drama with Adin Ross apparently leaving Twitch. Now, this whole thing started. If you guys don't know who Adin Ross is a big Twitch streamer. I don't know how much he averages there. At one point, he was averaging 100. He was killing it, like 100,000. He at one point had like all these big rappers on his stream. I think it was like little. It was like 2021. I want to say it was like a little after like COVID was sort of dying down a little bit. People were coming through to his house, and it's when Twitch started getting its like huge boom. And yeah, he got really popular. He had a bunch of rappers on, and his thing was that he would do sus things. Like he would basically make jokes about acting like he himself is gay. And he would make these jokes, and then he would make people feel super uncomfortable, which again is kind of like middle school, maybe early high school humor to do. But I think sometimes it was funny, but then there was other times where you're just like, okay, whatever. So that's basically Adin Ross. If you don't know, I'm sure you've probably seen him before. If you're anywhere online, you've seen Adin Ross somewhere before. Now, Twitch has been having a big problem lately where they've been banning people kind of for no reason, but also not explaining why they ban people. And that's like a lot of people's big issue is it's not necessarily that the people are getting banned, it's that they're not explaining why they're banning people. So they'll ban a streamer for 7 days and they won't tell you why. And the problem is that these companies like Twitch and YouTube's the same way, where like their terms of service is so like there's so many pages, but it's constantly changing. Like it's changing every single day to a point where you don't know if you're like a video today might not break the rules. A year from now, it could break the rules. Like YouTube could make a rule in a year from now that say if you're ever critical of YouTube, your video will get taken down and you'll get a community guidelines strike. They could do that. So then they go back and look at all your old videos and then they say, "Oh, you made fun of us here, strike." And Twitch has been kind of doing the same thing where like I'm not necessarily like if they're critical of them, but like their terms of service changes so much that people can't follow them, or they don't break the terms of service, or it's something very minuscule and small that Twitch is like, nope, and they just ban them sometimes for no reason. Like streamers like Kai Cenat, Bruce, I think Your Rage has gotten banned, but like a lot of these big streamers have gotten banned before off of very minuscule things. I mean, Adin Ross has gotten banned before, and he's kind of gotten into that like manosphere thing, where like I don't necessarily not my cup of tea. If people want to follow people, whatever, but it's like it's the Andrew Tate threshold, which I don't even want to go in on that because that's a whole different topic. I don't agree with anything. I think I'm not even gonna whatever. I'm not even gonna touch that right now. But the manosphere people kind of got into that alpha male mentality. Adin Ross kind of fell into that because he saw how popular his streams were doing with with Andrew Tate or whatever the fuck. So I don't know, whatever. But anyway, the issue at hand is not that. The issue at hand is these platforms banning people for no reason. Now, if you guys remember, one of the first videos I posted on this channel was actually, I think it was titled, "YouTube is trying to ban me." Now, that was kind of clickbait. And by kind of clickbait, I mean it was clickbait. YouTube wasn't actually banning me. They just gave me a warning on one of my videos. I got a community guidelines warning on one of my videos. So, going back, I did a whole video on it because I was kind of confused. My video was titled Dumb Steve. And again, this video was made in 2011. I was 12 years old, and my cousin was, I want to say he was probably 14 or 15. So we were children. We were literal children. And YouTube went and they didn't copyright strike, they community guidelines striked my video. And when I tried to have it manually reviewed, and they denied it. And this is on one of my other channels, which a channel I don't really care about. So I wasn't really like tripping that much. A channel that I'll probably never post on again, honestly. I doubt I will. But yeah, it was kind of confusing, and so I made a whole video on it because I was like, why? It doesn't make sense. Or be like, yo, this kind of violates our guidelines now. But they didn't, and it said it was harassment or bullying because I called him Dumb Steve. So it's things like that. It's just doesn't add up, right? Like, I said Dumb Steve about my cousin as a joke, and now I got a strike for it. But and again, 12 years in the future. Like, this was in 2011 that I posted that video. I got the strike in 2022. So that means it was 11 years in the future. 11 years later. Like, there was some crazy shit on YouTube 11 years ago. You could have easily just taken the video down and been like, yep, this isn't okay now. Okay, no problem. But it's them, like, striking my video, or it was a warning, what still, like, so the next one's a strike, whatever. It's just, that kind of shit is so fucking annoying. And Twitch kind of does the same shit. So, because of that, apparently Adin's been streaming on Twitch. This whole thing kind of starts with him going, so I got a call from somebody from Twitch, which already it's kind of like, I don't know. But he says he got a call from someone from Twitch, and that person said, basically, like, whatever he's doing, he's got to stop, or he's going to be banned off Twitch. And he's like, I don't want to go into who it was. I don't want to go into this. Don't want to go into that. And it's like, I understand why you don't want to just out someone like that. But, Adin, it's hard to believe that someone just randomly called you and said, oh, you better stop, or you're not going to, you better stop, or you're going to be banned off Twitch. When you don't say who it was. You just say it was someone from Twitch. Like, how are we supposed to believe that? But, of course, his fans and his followers believe that, whatever. So because of that, Adin wants to start using a new streaming platform. This platform is called Kick. Now, basically, Kick, Adin kind of explains it a little bit in his video. I'm gonna watch part of his video, but not the whole thing. In his video, he kind of explains that they have like a very loose TOS system, and basically you can kind of do whatever the hell you want on there. Like, they basically don't have TOS. Like, there's basically nothing on there that can break TOS, which, I mean, has problems in itself, which, I mean, people have seen, because apparently Playback, shout out Playback, is the one who kind of brought this up to my attention when I was watching their video on it. But apparently there was like, the comment section was filled with like the N-word with hard R, was filled with like F slurs, was filled with like Nazi, like, it's like all that kind of stuff, like anti-Semitic shit, like all this stuff in the chat, because people think that's fucking funny, because when you're a kid, when you're not, I don't know, I wouldn't say not well educated, but when you're a kid, you think like edgy humor like that is funny. But then when you grow up older, you realize that like jokes like that, like to just be a white guy saying the N-word, that's just not a joke. It's not a joke. Being anti-Semitic, doing this, doing that, it's not funny. But like, apparently the comment section was like filled with that. You know how Twitch has like a chat? Apparently the chat was like filled with that, and it's just kind of like, man, that's crazy. But this is the other part. This is the main part that I really wanted to talk about. I mean, yeah, that's bad. It's bad that you can kind of get away with whatever on there because there's no moderation. But this is the main part I wanted to watch. Just check this clip out and let me know what you guys think. We're going to watch it together, so I'll tell you what I think. But
so, guys, I'm not permanently full-time going there. I want to feel it out, and I want to make sure my community fucks with it too. So I'll still stream on Twitch if that's what you guys want. But what I will say is this. I'm going to Kick this week. I'm going to be doing Omegle, watching live sports, watching movies, prank phone calls, doing unlimited. We could literally watch porn together. I could jerk off with you. No, I'm still celibate. But if I wanted to, we could do whatever the fuck we want. There's no terms of service over there. You guys can say whatever you want in my chat. Nobody can get fucking banned. If you love people and no, fuck that. If you believe some shit and you want to type that shit, say whatever the fuck you want. Everything is allowed.
And I think that clip right there kind of just sums it up to me. And first of all, his fucking chat, all of them are just like W. Like, they're all just saying W. It's not a W. Like, the reason that sites like this, like YouTube, Twitch, have terms of service is for liability's sake. First of all, liability. Also to save face of their company. for investors, but also because of copyright issues. Adin says we can sit here and watch live sports, movie, and that's how he says live sports, movies. Sorry to burst your bubble, Adin. You ain't gonna be watching live sports and movies on a platform, especially a live platform like that. You're gonna get shut down so quick, and if they don't get shut down, like, they're gonna get sued into fucking oblivion, man. Because these companies are not gonna let that slide. And apparently, just over the weekend was the Super Bowl, as many of you know. Apparently, he watched the Super Bowl on stream, and he had like, I think it was like 100,000 viewers, which is fucking nuts. First stream on the new platform, 100,000 viewers. Hey, I mean, he's got the juice. What can I say? Like, he's got the juice. People love him. But, you know, things like people like the NFL, they're not going to let that slide for too long. They might say, okay, the Super Bowl, whatever. I wouldn't be shocked if he got a cease and desist already. I wouldn't be surprised if he got served already. I really wouldn't. I don't know necessarily, but dude, they're like, these companies have so much power and so much money. They're not gonna let that slide. I'm sorry. Like a platform like Twitch doesn't let that shit slide, because if they just let people watch the Super Bowl or watch UFC events or watch this or watch that, then they would be getting sued into fucking oblivion by these companies. And they know that. And Twitch knows that. YouTube knows that. That's why they don't allow that on their platform. That's why they have TOS, and that's why they have things to shut that shit down. The same with movies. Like, movies have a strict copyright policy on them. Now, how does one of these like free movie streaming websites get away with it? They don't, right? Like, they eventually get hit and they get taken down. You know, like, and then you go to a different streaming service or you go to a different platform, whatever. Probably most of the time, they do not last. And Kick is going to be the same way if they don't have any sort of regulations. One of the things I kept seeing from people is that they're saying, so one of the big backers of Kick is this company Stake. Now, if you don't know what Stake is I don't remember what country it's owned in, but it's owned in a foreign country, not in America. So they can get away with all this like gambling bullshit without paying like any taxes or anything like that. So they're just raking in the money. That's like all those Twitch streamers that were doing all the gambling shit. It was all on Stake, because basically they would rip their fans off. But we're not gonna. That's another thing. But basically, Stake is out of the country, and they transfer stuff through cryptocurrency. So there's not a lot of regulations, and there's nothing really that the United States government can do to shut that down. And so people are saying, well, Kick's probably going to be the same way. There's nothing that the U.S. government can do. That might be true, but then the NFL, like if they watch a Disney movie, anybody's going to go after the individual streamer themselves. And they have every right to, because they own that copyright of that content. If you're making a profit, like in broadcast, not only making a profit off of that content, but broadcasting that to others. There's literally a thing during every NFL game. At some point in the game, there's always that thing that's like, this is property of NFL Productions. Any reuse or something without the NFL's consent is prohibited. Any reuse or retransmission of this without the NFL's consent is prohibited. They literally say that in the NFL. Like, every NFL game has one commercial that says that at some point. And I think even the Super Bowl had that at one point too. Like, this is property of NFL Productions. If you use this, it's prohibited. So again, I don't know if necessarily they'll come after the platform themselves, but they're definitely going to go after the individual streamers. And Adin Ross being such a big streamer, streaming the Super Bowl to 100,000 people, I don't think the NFL is going to be too happy about that. So I wouldn't be surprised if Adin Ross got hit with some sort of lawsuit in the next couple days. I wouldn't be surprised. If he just streamed the game straight through and didn't even if you interject, you're not going to win that case, because you literally just streamed the game. And they have such powerful lawyers. It's the same thing with movies. Like I said, like, you can't just sit and watch movies on stream. There's the problem on Twitch just recently where people were watching like full episodes of shows. You cannot do that. You can't do that. Those companies want their profit. And then we come to he's like, oh, you guys can say whatever you want in my chat. Or he says Omegle, which, I mean, what is this, 2015 or 20? I mean, I would even say like 2013. doing Omegle, whatever. And then he said prank phone calls, which again, Adin, you're 21, bro. You're either 21 or 22. Like it's time to give up that kind of shit, man. I'm sorry. Like I'm 24. You're not that much younger than me, man. You're not that much younger. You gotta give up the fucking prank phone calls. Those shits aren't funny anymore. I'm sorry, they're not. I think that there's some pranks that are funny. I think when it's not messing with people's day, when it's just like something obscure and then you kind of have a laugh about it after. But when it's messing with people and it's ruining their day or it's just not funny, man. I'm sorry. So prank phone calls is just so fucking stupid, dude. You're 20. I think he's either 21 or 22 years old. Like, stop doing prank phone calls. You're not fucking a 13-year-old at a sleepover with your friends. Stop. And lastly, the last thing was, again, I kind of brought this up, but he said that you can say whatever you want in the chat. And again, this is going to be such an issue, right? Like, how is this platform supposed to make money? I mean, I guess this platform can make money by taking it from some of their creators. And if they're getting backed by a company like Stake, they could be just getting paid by Stake or whatever. Which again, if that's how they're getting paid, then hey, they got a lot of money coming in. But as far as like a lot of these companies need server space and need all this stuff, they're not gonna get it when you're out here dogging all these people all the time, right? When you're dogging, when you have the chat, when you have people talking on the platform so recklessly, you're just not gonna get that. You're not gonna get advertisers. You're not gonna get money coming in. So, and it just shows like how fucked up people actually are. That like, oh, I can't say this in the chat. What are people saying in chat that's so ridiculous that they're getting banned off Twitch? I doubt it's that crazy. They might be annoying the streamer themselves, and their moderators are like, yo, stop. Besides that, like, unless you're saying like truly fucked up stuff, I doubt you get banned from Twitch for saying something in chat. Like, stop, man. It's just so, I don't know. It just bothers me a little bit because like, I just feel like it's these guys that are, it's the whole Elon Musk approach, right? When Elon bought Twitter and everyone was like, finally, we can now say whatever we want on Twitter. It's like, well, I guess that's true, right? You can say whatever you want on Twitter now without repercussion, sort of. But it's like, do you really want that though? Do you really want all these like disgusting people to be able to voice their opinions and not only have that, but they have a platform and they have a following of other gross people, and then you wonder why this country is so divided when you have like people spewing this bullshit out to others and then just being like praised for it. It's the same thing in this situation, right? Like, and I'm not saying you have to be a Republican. I'm not saying that in like that sort of way. Like, you don't have to be a Democrat. You don't have to. I'm not saying it in that type of way. But what I'm saying it as like, there's dangerous things that can be spread, and that's why companies like YouTube and Twitch have a TOS system so that dangerous things aren't spread like that. But I mean, whatever. So now all these guys want to do their own, like, we got to do our thing that's free speech and I can do whatever I want. So that's why, that's why Kick now exists. That's why Rumble, which is supposed to like battle YouTube, even though Rumble, I've heard sucks. I don't know much about Rumble, whatever. I've heard it sucks, but again, I don't know. But yeah, man, that's the world we live in now, where if you get banned off one platform, just create your own new platform and just start streaming on there. Or start creating content on there. No need to follow rules. We don't follow fucking rules anymore. Because that's for pussies. Pussies follow rules. Anyway, if you guys did like, please leave a like, please subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. If you're an Adin Ross fan, like, are you going to be watching over on Kick? Again, I don't really have that much of a problem with Adin Ross. I just think he's going to be in for a rude awakening if he tries to do all these things that he says, like movies, live sports. He's going to be in for a rude awakening when he gets that cease and desist, or he's either going to get that, or he's going to probably just get sued for copyright infringement. So, yeah, I mean, hope all the best to him. Hope he's, I don't know if he's still streaming over there. I know he did on Super Bowl Sunday. I don't know if he's streaming over there every day. I don't really know, but hey, man, do what you got to do, I guess. All right, thank y'all. Love y'all. And until next time, it's your boy, King Boys Productions. Squaw.